Welcome to My Take podcast. Here you get to see the world through the lens of Gen Z who challenge societal norms and explore the why behind it all, whether it's hot takes or heartfelt discussions. Join me for laughs and insights with a side of sass. I'm Muthoni and this is My Take. Hello, beautiful and handsome people. Welcome back to season 2 of My Take podcast. I'm your host, Muthoni. Yay! Finally, season 2 is back. Muthoni, where is season 2? We are here, guys. As you can see, I'm alone on the set. I'll be doing season 2 alone. I won't be having a co-host. My co-host Gathoni won't be able to join me, but definitely she'll be here as a guest more than once or twice or thrice. We never know. So this is literally just an update of my life. This episode 1 of season 2. And yeah, I hope you guys have been well. I hope you guys have been safe. During this period, kumekuwa na floods, there's been maandamano, there's been a whole lot of things happening. There's been flying out of the country for so many times. We know who we are talking about. There's been a lot of things happening and a lot of changes in my life, and I am so sure even in your life. So for me, most of the major highlights of this period that we have not been on set is for my Q2, because Q2 was when we didn't shoot, was one I went for therapy, 10 good sessions, guys. My major goal for the year is being healthy. So that's one. I actually quit drinking. Another highlight is my relationship with God has been really good. Q2 had me thinking about my life. Actually, the reason my take didn't come back earlier was because I had performance anxiety. First of all, I knew from around May, June that I'll be doing the podcast alone. And let me tell you guys, I've been so anxious to come back for season 2 because I don't know how you guys are going to take the content. Transitioning from having a co-host to doing this all alone is kind of crazy for me. And I also had burnout in season 1. That's why I wasn't able to come back earlier for season 2. I actually kind of fell out of love for my take, which is not the best thing. So for me, even in Q2, my take podcast was not there. There was nothing like my take for my Q2. Honestly, it was just for me to come up with better ideas for season 2, which is now we are entering Q3. Probably this will go up in September. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that is another major reason why season 2 has delayed coming back. So I hope you guys will like the content that I'm going to put out. I'll definitely have maybe guests on set, not all the time, but maybe most of the time. And I hope you'll take this content with positivity, because transitioning from having a co-host, even in terms of your audience, is going to be different, because there are people who would come here to watch Gathoni. There are people who would come here because of Gathoni, and I hope me and Gathoni are still like besties, but it's just that we have different priorities at the moment. So another major life update is I finished a major part of my education. I did that. What else, by the way, guys? I have nothing much to offer. It's just that I feel like I have grown a lot and found out a lot about myself. I feel like Q2 was about me. Like, I got to grow in terms of my self-worth, self-respect, mostly with like what I'd entertain in friendships, what I'd entertain in my romantic relationships. Like, now I know what I want, what I don't want. That has helped. Therapy has helped a lot in that, honestly. Because I've found out a lot about how I am in terms of who I entertain and how I set boundaries in my relationships. Also, another thing that Q2 has been a part of is I've come to find out about my people pleasing. I'm actually a people pleaser, like a serious people pleaser. And I hope we are going to talk about that in season 2, about people pleasing. That will definitely be an episode because it made me entertain people who are not meant to be entertained, just because you don't want to make them feel bad, and you're not considering yourself in how these people are making you feel. You just want to please them, you just want to be there for them, but are you being there for yourself? Also, people pleasing comes with a lot of fear, because you fear that you're going to be alone. You fear that things won't work out for you alone. So that also happened. That's why I was actually afraid of coming back for season 2, because I was like, my therapist was like, but what do you want? And so what if nobody watches? And so what if, she made me question a lot of hard truths. And what if people don't like that you're back alone? And what if, for me, I want to give people what they want. I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. I don't even have work or money to have a whole background set up with the whole neon signs at the back and saying my take podcast. I don't have that capacity. And that's why I was like, maybe when you're having a co-host, it's like you and your co-host forever. Like, you don't have to have guests. The conversation won't get boring. But when you're alone, you feel like maybe the conversation can be boring. So I'm like, now I need to have guests. And now when the guests come, what if I don't have an aesthetically pleasing background? What if I don't have an aesthetically pleasing shooting place? You get? So there's a lot of that, and that also is people pleasing. That was also another fear of why I didn't want season 2 to come back. But other than that, we are just here to freestyle, because honestly, this was a passion, and I wouldn't want it to fade away because of just the fears of life. That's actually the main reason why people don't achieve their dreams. So yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else to say, guys. Yeah, I hope you like season 2. I hope you appreciate the season. I hope it's going to be an amazing season. It's going to be fun. It's going to be filled with laughter, a lot of shares, a lot of stories. And I hope you guys will love it. And yeah, so you can find My Take Podcast on Instagram at My Take Pod, on TikTok as My Take Pod, My Take Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Also subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you think about season 2. Let me know how you feel about the new changes. Yeah, and if you want to be a guest, please, you can DM us at My Take Pod on Instagram, or My Take Pod on TikTok, or our email at mytakebynoni@gmail.com. So see you in episode 2, and have yourselves an amazing time. Bye.